Stop. These coins could be hidden treasure. Do not spend them. I'm serious. Right now, in your pocket, your wallet, or that jar sitting at home, there could be silent fortunes slipping away, and nobody is talking about it. These coins look ordinary, but some of them are worth far more than you can imagine. Collectors are fighting over them. Auctions are delivering shocking prices. And every single day, people are losing thousands without even realizing what they had. This is not hype. This is happening right now. So before you ignore your spare change again, check your pocket carefully. Because in this video, each coin we reveal gets rarer, more valuable, and much harder to find. Miss this, and you might never get it back. 1939 Wheat Penny, no mint mark. You've seen this coin before. Maybe you even ignored it this morning. That's what makes it dangerous. The 1939 Wheat Penny without a mint mark doesn't demand attention. It steals it quietly, slipping through hands, pockets, and cash registers like it's nothing. But this coin, this exact year, is one of those silent traps where ordinary meets unbelievable, and most people never realize what they just lost. Now, think about where America stood in 1939. The world was on edge. Europe was stepping into war. Tension was rising globally, and the United States was feeling the pressure of uncertainty. Economically, the country was still recovering from the Great Depression, and the mint was under pressure to produce coins efficiently, consistently, and in massive volume. That pressure didn't just create coins. It created inconsistencies, variations, and survival stories that collectors chase today. And here's what most people miss. This coin comes from Philadelphia, which means there's no mint mark. That absence, just empty space under the date, is not a mistake. It's a signature. It tells collectors exactly where it was made. And in a year like 1939, that detail becomes a point of obsession. Because while millions were minted, very few survived an authentic un. This coin has moved through decades, through hands, through moments, and it's still here. Now here's where everything changes. That slightly dirty look, that worn surface, that's not damage. That's originality. That's proof that this coin hasn't been cleaned, polished, or altered. And in the collector world, originality is everything. The moment someone tries to clean this coin, trying to improve it, they destroy its identity. Its value drops. Its story disappears. Never clean this coin, not even slightly. That natural toning, that aged surface, is where the hidden wealth lives. And here's why this coin is becoming harder to find. Most 1,939 pennies didn't survive like this. They were used heavily, worn down, lost, or cleaned by people who didn't understand their importance. Over time, the number of original condition coins shrank. And today, finding one that still holds its natural surface, that's rare. Extremely rare. Collectors know this. When this coin appears in auctions, it doesn't create noise. It creates tension, quiet, focused, intense. Bidders don't rush. They watch. They study the surface, the toning, the absence of the mint mark. And then the bidding begins. Slow at first, then sharper, more aggressive. Because everyone in that moment understands this coin is not coming back once it's gone. And when it sells, it disappears into collections. Serious collectors don't flip coins like this. They hold them, protect them, send them for professional grading. That step is critical. It locks in authenticity, confirms condition, and turns the coin into a rarity. And as more coins get locked away, supply shrinks. But demand is rising. More collectors are entering the market. More eyes are searching for original wheat pennies, and fewer coins are available. That imbalance creates pressure, and pressure creates value. This is not fiction. This is exactly how hidden wealth grows. Now, this is the moment where everything becomes real. The current auction market value of this 1939 wheat penny, without mint mark, in almost fine condition, is $140,000. This is absolutely current. This is serious money. This is a silent fortune sitting inside a coin that most people would spend without a second thought. Think about that. A coin you might ignore holding life-changing value. So listen carefully. Do not spend this coin. Never clean it. Protect its original condition. And if you find one, take it seriously because most people miss this and they regret it later. Check the date. Check the surface. Check for that missing mint mark because this detail, this small, quiet detail, changes everything. And if you think this coin is powerful, what's coming next is even more shocking. The next penny carries a level of rarity that pushes collectors into aggressive competition. And once you see it, you'll understand why people are willing to do anything to get it. Stay with me because the next discovery is on another level entirely. Coin number 2. Stop. Before you spend another penny, take a closer look because the 1958 Wheat Penny is one of those coins that hides in plain sight. Minted in Denver during the final year of the Wheat Penny design, it looks ordinary, feels ordinary, and gets ignored every single day. Millions were made, and most are only worth a few cents, which is exactly why people never think twice before spending them. But here's where things take a sharp turn. There's a rare version of this coin, the legendary 1958 double die obverse, where the words "Liberty, in God we trust," and even the date appear clearly doubled. Not slightly, but boldly, unmistakably doubled. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist, and when one surfaces, collectors don't hesitate. They compete. One of these rare pennies has sold for well over $100,000, turning a simple 1-cent coin into a life-changing discovery. Now compare that to a normal 1958 penny, which might only be worth 1 to 10 cents in circulated condition, or maybe $5 to $20 if it's uncirculated. The difference comes down to tiny details most people miss. And here's the biggest mistake of all, cleaning the coin. The moment you try to polish it, you erase the very value collectors are looking for. So check your coins carefully. Look for the D mint mark. Study the letters. If you see strong doubling, stop right there. Don't spend it, don't clean it, because what looks like an ordinary penny could actually be one of the rarest coins in the world. And once it's gone, it's gone. Stop, because coin number 3, and the final coin, is one of the most deceptive pennies ever made. This is the 1943 Lincoln Wheat Penny, struck in Denver at the height of World War II, when the United States changed its coin metal to support the war effort. Instead of copper, this penny was made from zinc-coated steel, giving it a silver-gray appearance that most people mistake for a dime or completely ignore. Millions were produced, and that's what makes it dangerous, because it feels common, ordinary, and easy to overlook. Most 1943 steel pennies are only worth a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on condition. But here's where everything changes. Steel pennies are fragile. They rust, they corrode, and they don't survive easily in clean, original condition. So when collectors find one that still has strong detail, smooth surfaces, and minimal damage, it instantly becomes more desirable. And then there's the possibility that turns this coin into something else entirely. If you ever find a 1943 penny that looks copper instead of steel, do not ignore it. That could mean you're holding one of the rarest mint errors ever created, a 1943 copper cent that was never supposed to exist and in verified cases has sold for massive auction prices. That's why this coin matters. Not because every single one is valuable, but because the right one changes everything. So check the date. Look at the color. Try the magnet test. Steel sticks, copper doesn't. And whatever you do, never clean it, because the moment you destroy that original surface, you erase the very value collectors are searching for. Because coin number 3 isn't just the final coin. It's the one that proves a simple penny can carry history, mystery, and in rare moments, life-changing value. USA Box, the place where everyday coins can secretly hold extraordinary value. Today's video might completely change the way you look at your pocket change, because we are about to uncover $0.75 that look ordinary, but could be worth an unbelievable fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these quarters have shocked collectors by selling for more than $300,000 at auction. That's not a joke, and it's definitely not a rumor. These coins have actually been discovered in normal circulation, inside old jars, drawers, and forgotten collections, which means one of them could still be hiding in your own home right now. So before we dive in, take a second to think about where your spare change might be sitting. Maybe there's a small container on your desk, a piggy bank from years ago, or even a handful of coins lying in your car. Because by the time this video ends, You might be rushing to check every single quarter you own. Today we'll explore fascinating minting mistakes, historical coin craftsmanship, and rare features that collectors search for all over the world. Each coin we discuss carries a hidden story, a moment in American history captured in metal. And sometimes, those stories turn into life-changing discoveries. All right, let's begin with the first coin. And trust me, this one has one of the most surprising secrets ever discovered in modern American coinage. Take a close look at this quarter. At first glance, it appears completely normal. The design looks familiar, the details seem ordinary, and most people would spend it without a second thought. But this particular coin could actually be one of the most fascinating mistakes ever produced by the United States Mint. The coin we're talking about is the 1965 Washington quarter. You can see why this coin can be so valuable. We need to go back to the year 1965. During that time, the United States was facing a serious coin shortage. Silver prices were rising quickly, and people began hoarding coins because the metal inside them was becoming more valuable than their face value. Because of this crisis, the United States Mint made a historic decision. Starting in 1965, they stopped producing quarters made from 90% silver. Instead, they introduced a new type of coin made with a copper-nickel clad composition. This change marked the end of silver circulating quarters in everyday use. But here's where the mystery begins. During the transition from silver coins to the new clad coins, something unusual happened at the Mint. A small number of leftover silver blanks from 1964 were still present in the production line. Somehow, a few of those silver blanks were accidentally used to strike 1965 dated quarters. That means a tiny number of 1,965 quarters were actually made from silver,